Storms are violent disturbances with strong winds and usually rain, thunder, lightning, or snow. We need to be especially careful when there's a possibility of a storm. Flying in a storm can be a very dangerous situation, not just to the aircraft, but to people, animals, and property. There are 3 stages in a storm's life: cumulus, mature, and dissipating. Cumulus is the birth of the storm. That's the beginning of the lifting action of the air. With enough moisture and instability, the clouds keep on getting taller and taller. The updrafts don't let any precipitation fall. So, cumulus is the beginning of the storm. Then comes the mature stage, which is the most violent stage. Rain and/or hail begins to fall and creates a downward motion of the air. The start of rain from the base of the cloud signals the beginning of the mature stage. This increases surface winds and decreases the temperature. Once the vertical motion near the top of the cloud slows down, the top of the cloud spreads out and takes on an anvil-like shape. Mature stage is the middle of the storm cycle. Next comes the dissipating stage. Lots of downdrafts here. As its name indicates, this is the beginning of the end of the storm cycle. Know when to expect a storm and what to expect during a storm. It can be critical for your mission's safety. All thunderstorms have conditions that are a hazard to aviation. These hazards occur in numerous combinations, and while not every thunderstorm contains all hazards, it's not possible to visually determine which hazards a thunderstorm contains. Let's go through some of these hazards. A squall line is a narrow band of active thunderstorms that usually develops on or ahead of a cold front. It usually forms rapidly, generally reaching maximum intensity during the late afternoon and the first few hours of darkness. Fog is a cloud that's on the surface, and it usually occurs when the temperature of air near the ground is cooled to the air's dew point. Radiation fog, or ground fog, is formed when terrestrial radiation cools the ground, which in turn cools the air in contact with it. This fog forms in warm, moist air over low flatland areas on clear, calm nights. Advection fog, also known as sea fog, is formed when warm, moist air moves over colder ground or water. Upslope fog is formed when moist, stable air is cooled to its dew point as it moves up along sloping terrain. Here are a few more descriptions. Ceiling is a measurement from the ground to the cloud base. Visibility, a measure of the distance at which an object or light can be clearly discerned. Lightning is the occurrence of a natural electrical discharge of very short duration and high voltage between a cloud and the ground or within a cloud, accompanied by a bright flash and typically also thunder. A lightning strike can damage an aircraft and damage communications and electronics. Lightning discharges, even distant ones, can disrupt radio communications. SIGMENT stands for Significant Meteorological Information. Convective SIGMENTs are issued for severe thunderstorms with surface winds greater than 50 knots, hail, and/or tornadoes. Weather is critical. Please make weather a priority in all of your pre-checks.